Good morning, everybody. Welcome. One on the end is me. Far end. A little bit. Good. No, up. Good. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. May 28th. I'm hearing wind in my headset. I don't know if it's coming across on the audio, but it is Memorial Day weekend here on the calendar, May 28th. We wanted to start off the show with our salute to the lives lost down in Texas this past week, and our hearts go out to the families affected by that. One picture that I don't believe was included in the collage was the husband of one of the teachers who lost her life, passed away of a heart attack like the next day. Broken heart, whatever you want to call it. So we want to send our heartfelt blessings and condolences to the families out there. A lot of emotions, I think, for a lot of people, for a lot of different reasons. Of course, it's sad when you read the stories about calls going to 911 from the kids and all that stuff. I'm not even talking about that. But the day after, this past Wednesday, guys, was the last day of school here for Clark County School District. And as we were lining up for outside morning stuff, you know, the fifth graders, because this was their graduation day, so to speak. As I was on the playground, the fifth graders, there were many that were very emotional, not because it was the last day, but because of what happened in Texas. And this was fifth graders, and this is something that is touching the lives of everybody, really, for the first time, including kids in that same scenario. So anyway, I don't mean to dwell on that, but it's a sad situation. Hopefully, I don't know where to go, what to say, how to address it, other than just our heartfelt condolences and prayers go out to those affected. Okay, as always, our head of the table here, Mr. Chief, is in the house, and Matt Mullins in the house.
What's up?
And we have a couple of guests who we'll introduce after break that are in studio with us because good morning, Jennifer from Hawaii, a fellow teacher. She posted a picture of her classroom all packed out, ready for the summer also. 702-329-6947 is our number. Press the number 1 to come into the studio, 1-855-502-4321. Press the number 1. And, of course, you can get us on Twitter. Hashtag Thoughts Count Anywhere is our Twitter handle.
Good morning, Ronald. Good morning, William. Good morning, Sev.
Yes. Would you guys dare say that this is a wrestling convention weekend here in Las Vegas? I mean, there's a lot of wrestling. Obviously, we know AEW's in town, but there's just a lot of wrestling.
Yeah, there's a ton of wrestling, ton of events, ton of wrestlers out and about.
Right? Many of them are being captured by some of our own friends and affiliates here in the studio. So you'll check those out.
Rey Mysterio was even in town at one of the conventions.
Was he really?
Over at Mandalay Bay.
Oh, right on.
Signing autographs.
I do want to send a hello out to our dear friend, April Hom,
Yes.
who was supposed to be in town.
Yes.
As part of a signing with Greg the Hammer Valentine. I think it was down on Fremont Street, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was at the Nerd.
At the Nerd.
Wrestle Swap.
Unfortunately, she not feeling well and decided not to travel. So I saw that Macho Man
Yes.
will be taking her place down there with Greg the Hammer Valentine. So in case you were not aware of that, that's happening downtown. I believe it's running from 12 to 3, I believe, for that. But a lot going on. I mean, you know what? This wrestling weekend not just kicked off Wednesday night, and we'll get to this in a moment because I want to get to our opening. Man, this thing looks like, look at the way what that looks like there. Happy Memorial Day with our nose, but I don't know if I.
Well, okay.
That's well. Look at that. There you go. I mean, that thing's.
This
Anyway.
show is unofficially sponsored by Blue Chew.
Anyway.
I thought we was sponsored by Fix-A-Dent.
Well, that's only during your segment.
Oh.
Which
That's
we don't.
whenever
Which,
your teeth come out.
which obviously, but we don't need that today from what it seems like.
I forgot my teeth.
So don't ask him to smile. Anyway.
I did it. You missed it already. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3. Calling on the phones because the chief said so.
Oh,
I
my
can
God.
do so many fucked up things with that picture.
There you go.
Oh, my God. But anyway, so
Hey.
the wrestling weekend, trying to get us back on track very quickly.
At least you're laughing now. That's a good
Oh,
thing.
my God.
All right,
Saturday.
let's go here.
This past Saturday, we
Right.
started off a long wrestling week with, of course, Ultimate Women of Wrestling at the Sahara, which we'll talk about momentarily, which really kicked off this week of wrestling activity. We'll get more into that. But, of course, without further ado...
See that, man? Chief is the man.
How much did you pay him to say that?
He's in Florida, so I didn't pay him nothing.
William, you're right. Chief and Ain't Easy, which, by the way, those shirts are available on thoughtscountanywhere.com under the shop tab. Get yours now. You can get your Chief and Ain't Easy and all the shirts we have going on up there as well. Check it out. We would appreciate your support by doing so. I'm wearing, of course, in honor of Chief. Listen, we talk happy Memorial Day weekend, but we have to remember that Memorial Day, Ben Hall, I hope you're talking about the gnome here. I hope. Anyway, Memorial Day weekend is the
Morning,
weekend
Ben.
we celebrate everybody who was in, helped, affiliated with the military, right?
Thank you.
So we thank you for your service and everybody out there. So in honor of Chief
pleasure.
and in honor of Memorial Day, I wore Chief watched Wrestling on the Radio shirt today. That was my tip.
That's a true story.
I know.
I did.
We got
Where's my fan?
His fan and his
I'm
play toy.
sweating over here.
Anyway, there's a gnome. Absolutely. All right. So without further ado, it is now time for
Story time with Matt.
Doesn't sound as good with no teeth. I got to be honest with you.
Story time with Matt.
It is
Sounds like
now
some weird
story
stuff that
time.
goes on Fremont Street with no teeth. I don't really have anything insane this week, so I'm going to do a throwback story of one of the crazier ones I've seen. There was an incident at one of the bus stops, and Metro showed up, and I was talking to the sergeant. This guy comes up, like, staggering up to us, like, holding his stomach, and he was like, I just got stabbed. And there's, like, blood all over him, and we're like, what the hell? Who stabbed you? Where was it? What happened? And the guy's like, I don't know. And he opens his hand, he's like, but here's his ear. And had a full human ear in his hand. We're like, what in the God's name is happening? So he calls for backup, like a ton of cops show up. Come to find out, that guy bit the other guy's ear off, and then the guy who got his ear off stabbed him in retaliation.
Oh, my gosh.
He pulled a Mike Tyson on him, huh?
Well, the first
That
part,
was way worse than Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson only bit off like a bit of like Evander's ear. Like there was a whole human ear.
This was a
in
whole
dude's
ear.
hand.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have
Holy
thought of
crap.
it if he didn't see Mike do it.
True.
maybe.
I mean, you know.
You
I don't know. Bath salts are
Why
a
don't
bitch.
you ever agree with me?
I was going to say, you never know what drugs and alcohol do, though, right? I mean, to
Yes,
somebody.
I do.
Well, that's true. I understand. But
Yes, I do.
But then-
You want me to? No.
wow, that's gross though. Guy bit off his ear. I mean, did he? I mean, think about it. He bit it off.
What the hell? Okay.
Does he spit it right out?
Yeah,
And
but,
then the guy. I mean,
yeah, but let's think about it. Why did he bite the ear off?
in the first place.
What caused him to?
You don't want to hear
You
about
know,
it anymore.
to bite the ear off. Something had to happen.
He didn't want to hear it anymore.
Hey, that's right.
And then, in order for, well, I just let that go over. So, you know, that was uncalled for. But hey, I expect that from Matt. You know, story.
So called for, you weren't there.
Story time with Matt. But you know, that just doesn't make sense. You know, you bite the ear off first, then you stab the guy. Normally, you would stab the guy and then bite the ear
No,
off.
the guy whose ear got bitten off was the guy who stabbed the guy who bit it off. In retaliation, he stabbed the first guy.
Really?
Yeah, that. You want to retell the story?
I got you guys.
Jeez.
Yes.
All right, time to
That'll
bail us
shut
out.
you up.
Oh,
See ya.
Jennifer would
See
like
ya.
to know if you know, were they able to sew the ear back on?
I don't know. They transported him to the trauma center, and that was the last I honestly heard.
And that's probably all you really needed to know at that point. All right, let's move on. It is time now for I Hear Voices.
What the hell's he talking about?
Tom Crawford. I guess Tommy Guns is his nickname. I don't know.
Well, my
He's here.
house.
Oh, he's in his house.
Oh, okay.
In the house. Anyway. Okay, rumors
Just
CM Punk
joking, man.
might have backstage heat after a segment with Hangman Page on Dynamite, with Hangman alluding to the real CM Punk backstage and for being the reason Colt Cabana has been missing from shows. Matt?
I don't know if there's real backstage heat because, like, CM Punk's still a dick to all the fans, as he always has been, but he's always cool to the workers as far as I know, but I've seen him 3 times this week, and he's miserable all 3 of them.
Was AJ with them? I'm just
Yeah.
curious. Was she? Could I ask her
That's a couple made in heaven because she's just as bitchy as he is.
Wow. Did you ask her how WoW was going?
No.
Oh, just
You can't talk to them.
don't they
If
realize?
you even like look in their direction, they start going like this.
Wow, that's not cool. That's not cool. All right, well, we'll see how that. I'm sure more stuff will come out, but I know that's a match that people are waiting for this weekend. Correct?
We're going to talk about that later, right?
What?
CM Punk and.
Well, yeah, I guess
We're gonna
is
talk
the card
about
on
that
here?
later,
Yeah, it's on
the
here.
match.
Yeah,
We're going to talk about
yeah.
that later.
Yeah, it's on
okay.
here. Yeah. Did you not read your run sheet there at the bottom where it says double or nothing predictions?
I haven't put my glasses on yet.
Okay,
No
I
teeth,
figure,
no glasses.
I figured when it's important, I will.
gotcha.
Hearing aids, no Viagra.
Rumor is Stephanie McMahon left her
A
position.
hook.
Stephanie McMahon left her position at AEW for quote unquote mysterious reasons. Of course, we kind of speculated a little bit on that last week that it may have Triple H reasons
No.
or family reasons or
Yes.
whatever. Well, family.
She wants to take some time off and be with the three girls.
Mm-hmm.
They're becoming mid-teenage adults.
Mm-hmm.
They want their mother at home. You know, you look at it, they're probably, I would say, maybe juniors, seniors in high school. They got proms they're going to, everything like that. It's very important for Steph to be home now, in my opinion. And I'm just going to put it out there to the general public. It's none of your fucking business why she took off and why she's home with her family. Chief, over and out. And
Matt
there
now
you have
in.
it.
What'd you say, Matt?
I said Matt now in. It is our business because we have a wrestling podcast and it is our business.
And it's news. And
but there's got to be something way more to this because
Nah.
she's always home already. She works in the WWE office in Stamford. She lives in Stamford. I'm sure she sees her kids plenty. And if it was Triple H reasons, he wouldn't have gone back to work full time. And then she went on her LinkedIn profile and took any mention of WWE off of it.
that's interesting.
That's a
And
good
even people internally didn't know she was leaving. If she was taking a leave of absence, regularly usually give people some form of heads up.
Let me ask you a question. Who does she have to answer to at the WWE except her father? She don't have to answer to anybody else.
Nick Khan.
She
Oh.
doesn't, but
No,
she's
no,
been.
she don't.
I'm just throwing her name out there.
No,
You
she
asked, I
don't.
put her name out there.
She don't have to. The only
True.
one she's got to answer to is her father. Her father owns the company. That's the only one she's got to answer.
She's
to.
worked with some of these people for like years and years. You would figure you have some kind of relationship with them to be like,
I would
hey,
th-
I'm taking this time off to blah blah blah.
I
not
would
just-
think. I would assume,
not just blindside
or
the
I
whole
would
company.
think that the people that need to know, she told them why.
Now, I will give it not that there's a whole lot of people on the level of a Stephanie McMahon, but your reasoning is something that when my girls entered their senior year in high school,
Yes.
I was working in and don't kill me for this, folks, the timeshare industry,
You have to
where
do
our
what you gotta do, sir.
where our schedules were so messed up that my weekends off never matched up to my family's. So when they were seniors, I decided to leave the industry, and that's when I got into teaching because I decided for their senior year, I wanted to be on their same schedule, weekends and everything before they set sail off to college. So I can
Absolutely.
understand that if that definitely is part of that. Ronald just posted something there on the chat room, which I actually noted. When Stephanie first announced this last week, I believe it was Nick Khan that said he would be assuming some of her responsibilities. But Jeff Jarrett just got hired back by the WWE in a quote-unquote executive position. Could that be correlated to now the responsibility of Stephanie leaving and him helping in some of that role, perhaps?
I think those are like two different roles, but it's also crazy that they said that they have to hire multiple people to do Stephanie's job, which is they already have Nick Khan doing part of it, and they got to hire multiple people to do her actual job.
Maybe she's
I'll tell you
getting
how
burned
much she's
out.
like worked over the years is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah,
May-
absolutely.
Maybe she's getting burned out.
Could be.
You know.
Last but not least.
But wait, I wasn't finished.
Well, I'm watching the clock. We're later in our break.
But the reason they hired Jeff Jarrett back
Yes.
possibly is he may need more alimony money for his wives he's been married to.
He's been there for like 3 years. He was a producer. They just
No,
moved
they-
him to an executive role.
Didn't they let him go? Didn't they after that?
Yeah.
For a while, they let him
And
go
they
after
brought
he
him back.
Then they
And
just brought him back. Yeah,
yeah.
there was a lapse there. So I guess either Cobra lapsed or something, and like you said, he needed to get back on the planet.
I'm just trying to make a little light there. That's
All right, real quickly before we go to break, we're a little behind. Rumor is that AEW was looking into our friend Killer Cross in the storyline with Wardlow and MJF, but they decided to go with Morrissey first. And from what I read, they could not come to an agreement between Cross and Tony Khan to make that happen, and so that's
true.
why they went into a different direction. But
That
it would have
is-
been great to.
That is true.
Would have been great to see that from a local's perspective.
No,
in our
no,
you don't think
no.
Cross would have been good in that role?
It would have been.
Nobody wants to see him debut and immediately job to Wardlow.
You mean jobbing to Hardy was not enough?
That was even dumber.
Okay.
But if he's going to start in some company, he better start like.
Well, part of it, again, from what I read, was that they wanted him to come in by himself, but he wanted to come in with Scarlett and do his thing, like you were talking about. He wants to come in as people knew him, and with Scarlett as part of that story that I read. So, but nonetheless, it was.
Talk about Morrissey all they want. I don't care.
All right, with that, let's go to our first break because we have two guests over in Studio 2 that I know are chomping at the bit to get involved in our conversation. Thomas Brunette, Desert Shark, join us on the other side of the break. We'll be right back.
It's not the worst podcast ever, is it? It's the best podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. All your wrestling news, all your hobbit hey, all your gimmickry. Go on over, listen wherever your podcasts are downloaded. The Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. I'm the big LG Doc Ellis. That's my endorsement. Booyah!
This is the story of one man's incredible journey from 350 to 200-pound weight loss and his mission to help and inspire others. Aaron Phillips. People are praising Aaron's new book with 5-star reviews. Aaron's various humorous and wildly entertaining stories portray his rise as a sports announcer, his encounters with exotic and irregular entertainers on the Las Vegas Strip through his long-running Vegas Unwrapped radio show, and his contagious and positive style of pursuing success. Call now or visit our website or Amazon now to get your copy of Let My Voice Speak to You, stories from a Hall of Fame radio personality. Order now.
Go Live Vegas Studios, a unique multi-camera social media virtual content creators paradise. We offer high-end services using live streaming and film production for your personal or corporate, commercial or event and campaign needs. Pre-record or live stream to your audience on multiple social media platforms simultaneously. Fun and interactive with social media comments, phone lines, live remotes, audio Foley sounds, and Snapchat filters. Be creative, get recognized, and make money. We help you by providing an all in-house production team. Visit our website at golive.vegas.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back, Cutter. All right, this time I want to introduce.
Hey, Sean, welcome back. It's about damn time.
There you
Mr.
go.
Hyde is in the room.
Want to welcome our guests who are in studio with us this morning. Big followers and big supporters of TCA. You see them here regularly when alternating, but today we brought them both in. Over in Studio 2. Our good friends Thomas and Desert Shark join us. Gentlemen, how are you today?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Speak up.
Speak loud, man. Loud and proud.
There we go.
I'm doing well.
There
That's
you
better.
go.
There we go.
Shark, what's up, buddy?
I'm doing great as well.
Guys looking dapper over there in Studio 2. Shirts ranging from Sandra Moon to Sting. Talk about one end of the spectrum to the other. Over
That's
there.
damn right.
Hey,
For good reason.
Before we get started, and I want everybody's input on this, you know, we lost another actor this past week. The great Ray Liotta passed away at 67 down in the Dominican Republic. He was filming a movie. His wife was by his side. No foul play is expected. But, you know, I was surprised when I pulled him up on IMDb, the official site more or less of actors and actresses. He has 126 credits to his name from television, movies, and not to mention production and stuff. But 126, so it got me thinking. I was looking at all the lists that people put out about the top lists of this, the top lists of that. I want to we'll go around the horn, and I'll start with you, Matt. What's your favorite? Give me a couple of movies that you loved Ray Liotta in.
Goodfellas. That's like one of the best movies.
Right, number one. On
ever.
all the lists, that was number one. Every list I saw had that up there as Henry Hill. Which, by the way, I did meet Henry Hill in person, and that story's in my book, which, by the way, you can get on Amazon or email me for a hard copy. Anyway, Chief, how about you, sir?
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams also. Shoeless Joe Jackson. Gentlemen, I'll throw it over to Studio 2. What's your thoughts on Ray Liotta? What's your favorite one or two movies of the great Ray Liotta?
Honestly, never seen a movie of his at all.
Okay, if your microphone goes dead and security comes over and escorts you out, don't feel bad about that, okay? You've never, but you know who he is, right?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Okay, you've heard of him.
He's definitely a great guy.
Who is? Thomas or Ray Liotta?
Mr. Liotta.
Yeah, he was.
He's from New Jersey.
Yes, he is. That's right. Of course he is. That's right. He's our neck of the woods.
That's why I said it.
That's right. Shark, how about you, sir?
Field of Dreams. I'm a huge baseball fan, and I really love that movie. And when I heard that he passed away, it really hit me inside.
It was shocking. Now, I don't recall reading. I might have. I don't remember that he might have been ill not too long ago. I don't recall. I could be thinking of somebody else, but it was a shock nonetheless. 67. He was also he was a producer in Lawnmower Man.
I said that's mine.
What?
My pick is Lawnmower Man.
Oh, you're a producer. You can turn on your mic. You got a mic over there. You got the BTS camera now working. Let everybody see your shining face. Have you had your donut? By the way,
he hasn't had a donut yet.
Hasn't had his donut yet. There you go. Aaron says The Lawnmower Man. I guess that's a movie for all landscapers. I don't know. I've never seen that one. No, that's one I've never seen. But there are many cults. I mean, the cult classics, and this guy lives in Vegas and never seen a Ray movie. That's from Pest on our YouTube channel. That's, I think, to you, Thomas. And this guy lives in Vegas, has never seen a Ray movie. Well, listen, sometimes, Pest, you just can't, you just can't pick your friends, It just happen. All right, enough of that. All right, but call in, message. Give me your thought. Jennifer says Ray Liotta was a handsome man and a great actor. Anyway, by the way, Shark, Ben Hall says, I feel terrible. He snapped at Shark last night at the show. He caught me in the middle of something going on that had me in a really foul mood, so he's apologizing to you.
Ben, I forgive you, and I hope I see you tonight, and I will give you a big hug.
There you go. All right. Okay, let's get started before we get into the Chiefs rant.
Can I say something? Never mind. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
I'll wait.
UWW, Ultimate Women in Wrestling, kicked off really 10 days, what it seems like, of wrestling here in Las Vegas. Last Saturday night at the Sahara history-making event, UWW won at the Sahara Hotel, the Sahara Theater, where Frank Sinatra and Elvis Presley played. And now, gentlemen, the three of us can add our names to that list of people involved in that theater with such greats. And as you see, this is the flyer from last week, all the ladies that participated there. There were 8 matches in total. Nikki Page sang the national anthem as well as halftime. Now, Aaron's got me saying halftime. Intermission during the event. Overall thoughts, I mean, we did our pre-show, which seemed to have been received very well. It was a blast. We had an opportunity to meet some of the ladies that we met during our show that were nice enough. Matt, I don't know if it was me or not, but I think one of the highlights of the show that people kept talking about, and I see even messages in the chat room, about Lady D putting Chief into a headlock.
Yeah, that was... I had to dive out of the way. She was going for him.
She was. Matt had to abandon set.
That's my new girlfriend.
Oh, my goodness. She locked it in good on you.
Yeah.
You were turning red.
I know.
Remember, we were starting to take money as to whether she would put you out, but we stopped her.
He wasn't blushing. She was rushing all the blood to his face.
It was a good headlock, trust me. I enjoyed it. Lady D's got the best headlock. That's what
Jenny.
You're asking.
I was just well, Jenny was more of a rear chin lock, though.
I'm going to tell you what, when she put that rear choke on me, that sucker hurt.
Yeah.
I ain't going to lie to you. That one hurt me.
Jenny may be the GM, and she was awesome with me on commentary, but boy, she got some holds, because remember, she also does UFC stuff, but that hold she put on you here in studio, definitely.
Yeah. I got a bone to pick with Lady Tapa.
Go for it.
She threw her jacket at me.
Oh, yes.
I heard about that.
Well, she just wanted you to do your job.
And I actually commented.
That was funny.
I commented on it during the broadcast. I said, Tapa, don't look happy. She even just threw her jacket over to our cameraman.
Yes, you're right. Absolutely.
About what?
No, I was going to... Nothing. No, leave it alone.
We're getting a lot of start and stops from Chief today. Have you noticed that?
Yes, yes.
You can say what you want.
That's
No.
what she said.
No. No.
We're about 2 minutes away from the rant.
I'm ready.
All right, we're about
Trust me.
All right, so favorite thing about UWW last week?
The whole experience was just awesome, from like when we got there, meeting everybody and doing the pre-show live on pay-per-view, being the cameraman, just running around the ring. It was the whole day was like a freaking cool experience to me.
Was that your first
Hopefully
time?
June 11th will be at the next
June
one.
11th, we'll announce two of the ladies coming up here in a moment. Was that your first time really ever doing camera work like that ever?
Yeah.
Okay. You did a great job, and I got a lot of feedback from people afterwards.
I'm fine, Jason.
Who were, yeah, that were commenting about the job you did.
Fine.
And so kudos. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? It's better out than in, Chief. Let it go. Ba-dum-bum, Chief.
That is not what she said.
That's what he just said.
Tom Crawford was there as well. He was our timekeeper as Chief was on the bell. Tom enjoyed it, as you see it by the comment.
Hey, I
But you did a yeoman's job with the camera. I mean, so the shots that I saw
Yep.
and everything, you were right there. I mean, the shot that I saw on, I want to say the UW page where Evilise did something on the outside of the ring to Maz. I think it was a chop.
Yeah.
And dude, you were right there. You couldn't have asked for a better shot from a ringside camera than what you got there with that.
And
just wait till the next one. Now I know what I did wrong and stuff. So
that's how we get better. Yeah, good job.
It'll be better next time.
I want to shout out to what's Tony's last name, Matt?
Anatoly?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Tony Anatoly. I want to shout out to you, my friend.
Did I say his name?
Thank you for coming.
Your friend.
Thank you for coming down and
Tony's now
and helping us out.
He's officially part of our crew now.
He is.
Our production crew.
Yep.
The
He is.
method of Facebook coming up on screen is changing again, sir. All right. So, yes, Tony is officially part of the TCA production crew. So we want to thank him. So June 11th, as you mentioned, will be UWW 2 at the Sahara. And if our producer has those pictures ready, 2 ladies have been announced on the UWW Fed Facebook page, Instagram, and probably on their website. If you could pull those up there, Matt, if you'll take the honor of announcing them when our producer gets it up there. Here we go. Here's the first one.
The first one is former AEW star Big Swole. Mm-hmm. And the second one, I saw her yesterday, is Diamante.
Yep.
So again, there you go. UWW2 is already stacking up to have some great action with just these 2 ladies there. More announcements will come. And hopefully on next week's show, with the help of Jennifer Santana, the great GM and now commentator, we'll have some of the ladies on the show with us next week talking about the 11th.
Yeah, I'm going to have to send her a message, make sure my girlfriend's on the card.
Some AEW flavor.
What's that?
Some AEW flavor.
Yeah. Well,
Lady Tapa said she was going to be at the next one when she texted me after the
Did
show.
she? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get into all the reports in AEW, it is time for now the segment that everybody's been waiting for. It is now time for the Chiefs Rant.
Good morning, everybody. It is the Chief. My 3 minutes of fame is now 2:58. I want to go back to our opening this morning with the 19 children and 2 teachers that were gunned down. I heard an interesting, I didn't hear it, I saw it and heard it. Some interesting comments by a NBA basketball coach, Mr. Kerr. And for all you that don't know, Mr. Kerr's father was killed a few years ago by an assault rifle. He was a pretty upset man, kind of told it the way it was. told the senators that are in Washington right now to get off their asses. And I know they left. They were there when he made the comment, though, so thank you for interrupting me. I appreciate it. So anyway, he made some good comments, and he basically told him, he said, either you get off your duffs and do what you need to do, or let the American public vote you out of office. Well, I'm going to say the same thing. If you don't have the guts to stand up and do what's right after seeing all the people that have been killed in schools, in grocery stores, in churches, when's enough, folks? When's enough? And somebody explain to me why a person needs an automatic rifle. Nobody does, except the police and the military. Nobody. That's all I've got to say. That's the Chiefs rant today, over and out.
All right, there you have it. I'm sure.
Go to a break.
All right, we'll go to a break. Before we start with many of our topics, you are watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. We'll be right back.
I want to go outside.
What's up, man? It's your boy, Chef Fatu, over here with my man, Big G. I need you to check out the podcast, Thoughts Count Anywhere.
This is the essential character EC3 on behalf of my dear friends and Thoughts Count Anywhere. The podcast for your mind when you need deep thinking about all things sports and entertainment.
Hello, this is Martin Casals, a.k.a. Marty the Mob, and you're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. Enjoy.
This is Impact Wrestling's Dash and Chris Bay, the ultimate finesser, former Finesse Division champion, and you're listening to Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast.
Thoughts Count Anywhere. Y'all watching it. This is my new tag team partner, Steve-O, a.k.a. Zeus, from the hit movie Friday, and from No Holds Barred.
Hi, I'm Sean Navarro. Listen to Thoughts Count Anywhere for all your wrestling news.
Hey, what's going on? This is Axe, and I'm smashing the demolition. And we want to invite you to watch every Saturday morning. Thoughts Count Anywhere.
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? Is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
All right, we are back. Thoughts Count Anywhere. Come to life from the live studios on Las Vegas, Nevada.
Aaron Phillips, Chief, Matt Mullen, and our special in-studio guests. Desert Shark, Mr. Thomas joined us. Gentlemen, how are you?
Easy over there, easy.
I'm doing well.
All right. Okay, gentlemen, you guys, I'm going to start with you guys over there in studio number 2. You guys have, how much of the AEW stuff have you gone to and been at or know about this the last couple of days?
All of it.
Okay, Thomas, how about you?
No AEW.
Because you've been working, right? You said you've
Correct.
been walking in like 10 days straight or something.
11 straight.
11, sorry, didn't mean to jib you the one day.
I'll be talking more.
Glad you got 2 days off.
So, Shark, since you've been there, and I know, listen, I know Thomas, so not being there, he obviously follows AEW as well. Give me your feeling, give me the temperature, Shark, on the first couple of days of AEW being here in town. The fan reaction, the responses to everything, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Give me a temperature check.
So do you want me to go into... Hello? Do you want me to go into Dynamite?
No,
or
just in general.
Overall?
Just in general, before we get into anything specific.
Overall, crowd was hot. It was really, really fucking good. I enjoyed the environment, And me personally, I had a good view of both shows, and I had a good view of seeing crowd reaction and wrestler interaction. And both of those shows, they really, really spot on. And I applaud AEW for that. And, you know, it's I know people are going to say, oh, you're just an AEW mark. You just hate on WWE. No, I watch both shows. And seeing AEW gain the reaction that what they deserve, especially being away from Vegas for 3 fucking years, it says a lot.
Matt, you were there. You guys were there also. Give me your take on the crowd and just overall feeling.
The crowd was going crazy for like almost every match. It was even saying like if you're WWE or AEW mark, good wrestling is good wrestling. I watch all of it.
I agree.
I think a lot had to do with the venue it was in too.
Yeah.
You know, I really do. The venue wasn't as big as Allegiant Stadium, but I think we got a better feel in where we were at Mandalay Bay. And there wasn't a bad seat in the house. You know, not a bad seat.
Norberto puts in the chat room that he's on his way to the Fan Fest right now. And in general, he says it was very good. It's very good.
Even the dark matches were like awesome because you saw the people. Like, I really wanted to see House of Black live and, like, a couple other ones, and they were all on AEW Dark, and it was lit.
Plus, we have to give kudos to many of our local wrestlers that we know. Also wrestled, right? On Dark, was it not? You said is where they appeared. We had Sandra Moon, right? She was there. Shark is wearing her shirt.
Against
was Maz
Mercedes
there?
Martinez?
Was Maz there?
She wrestled the dark match on Wednesday against Mercedes.
Maz wrestled Mercedes Wednesday. Did Sandra wrestle Mercedes last?
No, Sandra Moon faced off against Anna Jay on Friday on Rampage.
Yeah.
I won't give out any spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers.
I'm very proud of her.
Adriel Noctis I saw was there. What's his name? Greg or what's I don't know. I don't recall what his ring name is now.
Do you want me to say it?
Go ahead. Yeah.
So Adriel Noctis, G Sharp, Gregory Sharp, and versus Pro Wrestling, Matt Brannigan was there. They were in a 6-man tag. I know that's a weird tag team.
So we had Versus there. We had FSW.
You had
there.
FSW. You had a mixture of FSW versus. Okay. I'll tell you this: Las Vegas Wrestling showed up for AEW and they delivered.
Right.
I'm very proud of them. Unfortunately, I had to leave early from the dark matches. I heard another Vegas Wrestling prominent wrestler that was also there on dark. I think it was Danica Della Rouge, if everyone's familiar with her. So she was there. I'm very proud of her. I'm a fan of her work. So all of Vegas Wrestling peeps, I'm very proud of you. Way to go, and you did show your work.
There you go.
Willie, to answer your question, they didn't ask for Vax cards or tests or anything like that. So
thank you, Willie, for question. He's watching us on YouTube right now, our YouTube stream. We appreciate that.
Buddy.
702-329-6947, 1-855-502-4321. Press the number 1 to come into the
studio and chat with us. If you've attended AEW, if you've seen any of the shows, if you're here in town, chime in. Let us know what your thoughts are, your favorite match thus far, with a lot still to come with their big pay-per-view tomorrow night, which we'll get to momentarily.
You know,
it'd be kind of funny. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go, Matt.
It's kind of funny. I ran into Tony Khan at the gift shop. Knowing this guy is a billionaire. You know where he gets those aviator sunglasses at?
At the gift shop.
The gift shop at Mandalay Bay. He
There
bought
you go.
like 3 pairs of...
There you go.
Exactly. I was just going to bring up that my colleague over here to my right, Mr. Matt, ran into Mr. Tony Khan.
And for all we know, he could be listening right now because you gave him a card.
He could be.
So he could be listening. Thomas, let me ask you a question. Now that you have a couple of days off, are you going to be attending any of the AEW activity the rest of the weekend?
No, resting.
Resting. Well, that's good. Are you going to be watching the pay-per-view at all?
Yes.
All right. We'll get into that. We'll get your guys' predictions on that
I'll sleep
momentarily.
when I die.
God, be sleeping with the wormies. What's been your favorite match thus far, Matt? What you've seen over the 3 days, 2 days, 3 days, whatever. number of days it's been. Or your favorite thing about AEW this week? Doesn't have to be a match, other than running into everybody at the hotels that you like to do.
Mine was Wardlow and Sean Spears.
Wardlow and Spears? Okay.
Yes.
You're getting help from the crowd.
I am?
No, Matt is.
Oh.
He phoned a friend.
That's okay.
Honestly, Britt Baker's my favorite. So when Britt Baker came out on Wednesday, it was
that was your highlight.
Popped the shit
You
out
know
of
what
me.
was you know what was cheesy about that though? The end of the show. You know, everybody's looking for Adam Cole, and all he does is he comes out on the ramp, says 2 or 3 words, turns around and walks off. That was it. You know,
He's so over. That's all he needs to do.
No, I guess some people think he's over.
Like the rest of the world?
I hope he doesn't pull the same shit he pulled on NXT.
Now, you mentioned earlier about the venues that everything is going on.
Yes.
And about how the current venue for these shows are about the right size for everything, not like Allegiant Stadium, which I thought was a great segue to the big announcement.
There you go.
WWE has moved the Money in the Bank event from Allegiant Stadium to the MGM Grand Arena event. Will still be out on July 2nd with ticket sales going on June 1st. Will this hurt our chances of potentially getting WrestleMania?
No.
I don't think so.
WrestleMania kind of sells itself. They don't even know the card before people start buying WrestleMania tickets.
And as somebody said that I saw, WrestleMania is worldwide. So there's people coming from all over the world to WrestleMania. And more than likely, you know, it'll be at Allegiant Stadium and they'll sell it the hell out.
Well, they'll have to hold WrestleMania in the stadium, so it would logically be there. Thomas, what's your thoughts on that?
That's a good question. I don't know if it's going to...
That's why I ask the big bucks around here, dude.
Yes, you do.
Get the big bucks for the big questions.
All depends on Vince's mindset. If you might see it as, well, they can't handle Money in the Bank, how are they going to handle WrestleMania? Even though WrestleMania is bigger, but you might say, hey, they couldn't sell out for a regular pay-per-view. How are they going to sell out a major stadium?
But again, like was originally stated, I know that we can compare the WrestleMania level of event to a Money in the Bank kind of thing in terms of attendance and presentation and things like that. Actually, in a way, I want to give kudos to the WWE for making that decision simply because of the fact that if they realize if they can fill up, quote unquote, the MGM and have a better visual than going into Allegiant Stadium and have 15,000 people in an empty stadium, that's a bad visual. Yeah. I don't care how much photoshopping you can do post-production, but to me, I think it's not a terrible move. Does it look bad for them? Maybe. If they sell it out, I don't think it's going to be looked at as a bad move that they moved it to MGM. True. In my opinion. So I don't. I think it's smart, in my opinion.
How many seats MGM hold? You know,
17,
15,800.
And how much? And
Can you be a little more exact?
And how many does Allegiant hold?
60,000.
60,000.
So from 60 to 15 is 35,000, 45,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big damn difference.
But that's okay. I'd rather.
But as I said earlier,
Right.
going to a smaller venue might be better for Money in the Bank than at Allegiant Stadium.
Well, when was the last time a Money in the Bank card was held in a stadium, if
Never.
ever, at 30, 40, 50,000 people?
Never.
Right.
Never.
So I think it was a smart move to make that change, to be honest with you. If they're going to make the change, yes, Willie B., we agree. WrestleMania is more like a convention now, if you think about it. Totally agree with all the fan fests and signings and everything. Talking about ticket sales, and we kind of jumped on this really quickly going into the break. Ben Hall says the problem is the refund for the original tickets will be after 30 days. You have to rebuy your tickets. For people who may not have the money now, they may not be able to go. Great point. You know what? When you switch venues, I don't think there's a perfect solution to everything in every step of the way in making a transition like that. There's no perfect solution.
True.
I just think from the standpoint of rather seeing a packed 15,000 people to an empty Allegiant Stadium with 20,000 people maybe, I think is not a terrible thing.
I think, as you said to us, we learn from what we do, like UWW. We've learned from that, and we'll go on to the second show. Hopefully,
even better.
WWE's learning. Hey, Allegiant's not the right place. They're moving it to MGM, to the Grand Garden Arena, a smaller venue. They'll probably sell it out with 15,800 people. or somewhere close to there, and you know what? The crowd will have a good time and have fun.
My problem is
you're going to have to work. No, never.
No.
I was going.
Hey.
Wait. I was going to say something, and I retracted.
No. My problem is.
Sorry
is
about
that. They sold initially 17,000. Hello. Testing.
Try Thomas's.
They sold 17,000 tickets
at Allegiant. Okay.
And now they're going to a 15,800 venue.
So will they have to, as Ben said in
maybe overflow seating in another. I don't know. The good, and I see what you're talking about. Unfortunately, that's got to be a problem WWE handles. And yes, it is going to be a logistical nightmare, and I know where you're going with that. But in the better picture of presentation of an event, I'd rather see a stuffed 16,000 seat arena than 17 or 20,000 in a 75,000 seat arena. By the way, Jason says Allegiant is 75,000, which still a lot.
And as Ben said, the problem is the refunds for the original tickets will be after 30 days. You have to rebuy your tickets for people who may not have the money now. They may not be able to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Jason, you did bring up a good point.
Hold on. Switch mics with Thomas right now.
Testing.
There we go.
Jason, you did bring up a good point right there. WWE is
back it off just a little bit.
WWE is going head to head with UFC. This is a problem with WWE that they always do. They're going head to head with a much bigger promotion that always sells out, especially when it comes to Las Vegas. All right. Yeah. My problem is, again, WWE, sure, they can sell out MGM Grand Garden Arena, but you also got to think about this. What about the ticket scalpers that are trying to get the money back for resale? All right. That's also taking money away from the hardcore fan base like us in this room.
Is there a difference between a UFC fan and a pro wrestling fan?
Honestly, yes.
Okay, so for the UFC fan, they're going to buy a ticket and go to T-Mobile. For the pro wrestling fan, they're going to buy a ticket and go to Grand Garden Arena.
But you also got to figure out this.
It's that simple.
You also got to figure out this. There's also fans. There's also fans that like both UFC and pro wrestling, like myself.
Then you choose one or the other. Which one are you going to go to? You're going to go to UFC. You're going to go to WWE. You make a choice.
Who's? This is a question I don't know that anybody can really answer. But who scheduled the date first, UFC or WWE? UFC did for that. Or there you go.
I would.
Then you know what? Like you said, people have to make a choice, and it's unfortunately a choice that was forced. I don't say it's not forced upon them. If UFC's date was already selected, then people presumably would want to go to the UFC match. Would have already started planning to attend, bought their tickets and all of that. And I think the big fly in the ointment is the change of the location, obviously, for WWE and what they're going to do.
I already made my decision. I'm going to watch Money in the Bank on the Peacock channel. If it works.
I'm going to call it right now. Cody Rhodes is winning Money in the Bank.
There you go.
We have breaking news. Cody Rhodes is going to win the belt.
I was driving home from Mandalay Bay yesterday. You know, like those light up billboard trucks they have rolling around.
Right.
I couldn't get a picture of it because I was going up like this big old hill, but there was a Money in the Bank one, and it only had Cody Rhodes on it.
Interesting.
Duke Lawrence, everybody's favorite giant, has arrived. Good morning, Duke. And Sean actually brings up a great point. And it popped into my head, but I wanted to let you guys
finish talking. And I agree with Sean on this. I don't know that you can say UFC is a bigger promotion than WWE.
They're not.
I don't know how anybody could say that. WWE is a bigger promotion, been around a hell of a lot longer than UFC, and has a lot more roots internationally than UFC does. So I agree with that. I had it in my head. I just didn't say it because I wanted everybody else to get their point out. And he also says, this is Vegas. Regardless of date chosen for WWE, there's always something else going on in Vegas. And that's true. And this boils down to, again, entertainment, capital of the world, but sports entertainment, capital of the world right now, with Formula One coming and everything else that's going on and whatnot. There's a plethora of activities that when you get 40 million plus people a year coming into this town, you're not going to satisfy everybody at the same time. Plain and simple. But there's enough activities going on in this town that you can plan accordingly. When you come to Vegas, plan and do what the hell you want to do. If you can do everything, great. If you can't, you have to pick and choose and move on. Okay, speaking of moving on, let's hit a couple other quick topics before we go to the end. Oh, I wanted to say this before. We talked about UWW. We actually talked about it before we hit the air. UWW number 2, if you go to uwwfed.com and click on tickets, I don't know if they've started selling tickets yet or not. I think they have. But ticket prices this time are starting at only $49 per ticket. Okay, so
$49.95.
There you go. $50. Much lower than the first one. Tickets are available now. I guess they're on sale. I know you're checking it up online right now, Mr. Matt. But tickets are going to be starting at about $50 for UWW number 2. I wanted to mention that since we were talking about price tickets. That's the thing for last week. That's they haven't put obviously they haven't put up an updated banner on their website. Okay,
I'm excited to see the two women that they signed now.
Absolutely,
Big Swole and Diamante.
It'll be great. 702-329-6947. We have Hell in a Cell coming out next week.
Where you want to go?
I want to continue down. Let's stay with Impact for right now. Jordan Grace, Savannah Evans, and Serena Deeb will all be appearing on season 2 of the hit Showtime, right? Is where Heels is? The Heels show on Showtime. So that's a big opportunity for those ladies to be cross-promoting. Tony Khan wants to bring back Johnny Elite in the future, but I think he made that clear when he first signed him that at this point, he thought it was just a one-off for what he appeared last week, correct?
I don't know if I should spoil it or not.
Go ahead.
There's like a whole thing. I'm spoiling it. We're a fucking podcast. I don't give a shit.
That's right.
If you don't like it, turn it off for 30 seconds. Last night at AEW Dark, the main event was Private Party came out and said, we'll put a contract on the line for anyone that has the guts to come out here and face me. And it was Johnny Elite, and he won.
Well, there you go.
And then Tony Khan came out, literally gave him the contract and said, Johnny Elite is now all elite, so he's officially signed with AEW.
There you go. There you go.
That's the wrong Johnny, you ask me.
Huh?
Why, what Johnny should it be?
Sunday.
It should be Johnny Gargano. Johnny Wrestling.
His name came up when they were wondering who the wild card was going to be in the tournament, and I think a lot of people were surprised that it was Johnny, multiple last names. Anyway, Sting,
I called it.
Sting could not show up this week in AEW because he has an injury and was told he shouldn't fly. So no Sting this weekend. Any further news as to what kind of injury it might be? I mean, because I haven't seen or heard anything.
Storyline-wise, he's hurt. Real life, he's on COVID protocol.
There you go.
And he's really sick.
Oh, hopefully get better soon.
Get well soon, Sting.
Tom Crawford says, and then Johnny Elite was at Black Label Pro at 11 p.m. last night down at the Silver Nugget. Everybody gets around. Okay, last topic before we go to our break for the end of the first hour. Tickets for Ric Flair's last match are selling out fast. In the meantime, no Ricky Steamboat. Is it still going to be a 6-man match where he wrestles with FTR and that setup, or do we know anything else?
No, it's a one-on-one match. They haven't announced his opponent yet.
They haven't announced his opponent yet. Yesterday, speaking of Flair, Charlotte and Andrade got married.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Chief just showed me a great picture of the two of Rick with Charlotte. I wonder how many. I don't know if we can get that on camera, Mr. Producer, but maybe we can get that over to Matt, and maybe Matt can text it over to Aaron. We can get that up. So congratulations to them, Charlotte and Andrade, hence the reason why she lost her I Quit match probably for the wedding and then her honeymoon, of course. So
I heard she's coming back in
July.
Yes,
I read that also, coming back for that. So congratulations to all of those involved with those nuptials. All right, with that, we're going to end hour number 1. A lot of stuff happened in hour number 1. Thank you, Philip Campbell. Yes, hope Sting gets well soon, as all of us here as well. We come back on the other side of a quick break. We will get started with hour number 2. We have so much more to talk about, including predictions for Double or Nothing tomorrow night. You're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's not the worst podcast ever, is it? It's the best podcast. Thoughts Count Anywhere. All your wrestling news, all your hobbit hey, all your gimmickry. Go on over, listen wherever your podcasts are downloaded. The Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. I'm the big LG Doc Ellis. That's my endorsement. Booyah!
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? Is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
This is the story of one man's incredible journey from 350 to 200-pound weight loss and his mission to help and inspire others. Aaron Phillips. People are praising Aaron's new book with 5-star reviews. Aaron's various humorous and wildly entertaining stories portray his rise as a sports announcer, his encounters with exotic and irregular entertainers on the Las Vegas Strip through his long-running Vegas Unwrapped radio show, and his contagious and positive style of pursuing success. Call now or visit our website or Amazon now to get your copy of Let My Voice Speak to You, stories from a Hall of Fame radio personality. Order now.
Live Vegas Studios, a unique multi-camera social media virtual content creators paradise. We offer high-end services using live streaming and film production for your personal or corporate, commercial or event and campaign needs. Pre-record or live stream to your audience on multiple social media platforms simultaneously. Fun and interactive with social media comments, phone lines, live remotes, audio Foley sounds, and Snapchat filters. Be creative, get recognized, and make money. We help you by providing an all in-house production team. Visit our website at golive.vegas.
All right, welcome back. Hour number 2, Thoughts Count Anywhere is underway. Thank you for joining us. 702-329-6947. Press the number 1 and join the conversation. Hey, special shout out to everybody listening on the Go Live Vegas mobile app. If you haven't done so, you should download it. Even if you're listening to us on Facebook or YouTube or any other sites, Twitter, Google, Voice, whatever else Matt's got us on.
Everything.
That's right. Go Live Vegas. Download it to your phone because when there's no live show like what's happening right now, you'll hear the best of the 80s music, 80s commercials. It's a great station to listen to. I usually play it in the background in my classroom when I'm working during the week. But check it out. By the way, I want to thank the ladies of UWW. As most of you may recall, we have this banner here that we've purchased that has many a signature on it. And we're going to continue gathering signatures throughout the year. And as we get closer to the end of the year, what we're going to do is we are going to auction it off to raise some money for a charity to be determined later. It's like a player to be named later. We'll just call it a charity to be named later. So we want to thank the ladies of UWW who have signed it. And we will continue to get their signatures as the shows continue. So we'll take it with us, hopefully on the 11th, to get some other great signatures as the ladies get announced. And as we get over there. So we want to thank all of those ladies as well. All right. Let's get into it. You want to get into Sunday's predictions? We have an hour left. We might as well, right?
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
A lot of matches. 12 matches have been announced. Does that include the pre-show? Because there's a match on the pre-show too.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see how much time these matches will take because everybody bitched and moaned about WrestleMania and the length of their matches before they split into 2 nights. So 12 matches, 13 if you count the pre-show, whatever. A lot of matches. All right, so let's get started. AEW, you know what? Let's skip. Let's go to the back of the list first. I don't want to start with the championship match. Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky and PVC versus Frankie Kazarian, Sammy Guevara, and Tay Conti. Now, I was listening this morning that Scorpio Sky put a stipulation in there for Frankie, correct? Where if they lose,
and Sammy. And either of them can never go for the TNT title again.
There you go. So comment on Twitter from, let's see, who's that? At Kyle Stan 101. Let's just say they're not happy with Peacock and their coverage of matches.
Trash.
I got to be honest with you. Since the very first show that we watched where there was transmission issues, I've had no problems with Peacock. I've not had any transmission issues, no interruptions, nothing. So beyond that first one.
So we're coming over to your house
That's
to
fine.
watch it.
Guys, come on over. That's fine, by all means. Thoughts
House
on the
party.
six-man?
I'll bring some gefilte fish.
Okay, that's fine.
House party.
There you go. I got a 52-inch widescreen television. That's fine. Surround sound.
You didn't think Chief knew that stuff.
No, but gefilte fish, I usually only eat at Passover, though. Passover's over.
Well,
Now what?
I'll bring something else.
Okay, that's fine. So on the six-man tag match, who's this? Ahoy.
Hey, that's Carlos.
Oh, Carlos was one of our ticket winners last week. Thanks again for the tickets. I appreciate it. I'm heading to the Fan Fest now, just stopping. I asked him during the week. He never came over to say hello to us. And he said that just shortly after he got there, got settled after a match or two, he got called into work. He had to leave.
Oh.
So that's why he never came over to see us that night. So
that sucks.
hopefully we'll see you on the 11th if everything works out. Okay. So thoughts on six-man. We'll start over here in Studio 2. Thomas, what's your thoughts on that match? Give us a prediction.
I would go American Top Team, but they're going to go with Frankie and Sammy and Ty, unfortunately.
Okay. Shark.
I'm also going to go for American Top Team, but I know it's going to be American Top Team.
Okay. Matt?
I think Frankie, Sammy, and Tay are going to win, but Paige Van Zant's going to surprise everybody and have a killer match.
Okay. Chief.
Frankie.
There you go. All right. Kyle O'Reilly takes on Darby Allin. I'm taking whoever the winner is.
Good choice.
Right.
Come on,
What the hell?
Kyle O'Reilly.
Give us a prediction.
Give you a prediction. All right, Kazarian and company. Kyle O'Reilly, Darby Allin. Thomas.
Darby.
Darby. All right. Darby.
I wish Kyle would, but it's going to be dark.
Agreed. We're unanimous here. Darby Allin. On the pre-show, we have Hook and Danhausen taking on Mark Sterling and former WWEer Tony Nese. Thomas.
Hookhausen.
Sharp.
Hookhausen.
Matt.
Hookhausen.
Chief.
Hookhausen.
I'm going with the other way. I'm going to say Hausen and Hook. So fuck you all. All right, next match.
Yeah, I like that one.
TBS Championship.
That was good.
Jade Gargill versus... I was hoping you all would say it the same once it started going so I can use that, by the way. Tom says Darby Allin out there in our chat room. All right. Jade Cargill versus Anna Jay for the TBS Championship.
Jade.
Jade.
It's Jade, but I want Anna.
Okay. Matt?
I want Anna too, but Jade.
We're talking about the match, not personally.
Oh,
Both.
damn it.
Both. Whatever.
No,
Don't judge me.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Don't judge me.
I'd like to see a change in the belt, but unfortunately, Jade's going to win.
Okay. I agree. I think Jade's going to maintain as well. Death Triangle versus House of Black. Let's go backwards. Matt.
I don't know. I like them both, but I'll go House of Black.
Okay. Chief?
Death Triangle.
Oh, 1-for-1. Shark.
I just agree with Matt a lot. I like both teams, but I'm just gonna go with House of Black.
Thomas.
I'll go with Death Triangle.
All right. So that means it's 2-2, isn't it?
I think it's a payback.
For who?
The Death Triangle's it's going to be a payback for them.
Okay. But right now we're split 2-2, right? That means I have the deciding vote for the panel. I'm going to go House of Black. Next match. Young Bucks take on the Hardys.
Hardys, no doubt.
Chief? Sorry, I didn't mean to catch you mid-swig there.
I went to Hardys.
Live pal.
I went to Hardys.
Okay, 2 Hardys. Shark.
The Young Hardys.
Based on last night, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hardys.
Y'all give no love to Young Bucks, I swear.
It's just, you're not going to beat the Hardys. I'm sorry. I like the Young Bucks, but they're losing to the Hardys.
Let's put it this way. What they did last night was a stick. Okay, if you watch...
Stick or
yeah.
shtick?
Stick.
Thank you. Say it the Jewish way, please.
I did. Anyway, you weren't listening.
I was. That's how I
but
caught it.
Anyway, if you take a look at, when they, back in the day, they were wrestlers. more of what they're doing today is comedy. It's not wrestling in the ring. Okay? They only had, 3 super kicks that they did last night? That was it. And then they, so enough said. It's the Hardys.
Hardy's going out with a win.
Yeah.
AEW Tag Team Championship, Jurassic Express versus Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs versus Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. Thomas. Because Matt looked undecided.
Still undecided.
Thomas.
I think we're getting new champs, Swerve and Keith Lee.
Okay. Shark.
I'm going to pull it from left field, and I'm going to say Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs.
All right.
But we're going to have a screw job with Christian screwing over Jurassic Express.
Oh.
Because that is coming very, very soon.
Okay. Chief.
Let me think on it for a minute.
Matt. It's only been
Hashtag end still. Jurassic Express retains.
Okay. I'm going sentimental here. I want to see Keith Lee win because I like Keith Lee in the WWE and thought he got a Raw deal, so I'm just going to pick Lee and Strickland just because. Chief. I've stalled as long as I can.
I think that they're going to put it on Lee and Swerve. I'd like to see Ricky and Hobbs myself. I think they've been there and they deserve the belts. They deserve a shot at it. And I agree with what Desert said. The old guy who needs to go away out of the locker room in AEW, he's going to do a turn on Jurassic Express.
702-329-6947, press the number 1 to call into the studio. Appreciate your input and predictions here, but give us a call. Let's hear your voice for crying out loud.
So why does Christian need to go away?
And how is he the old guy in AEW?
Because if you look, who's come out, okay, who came out, last night, he's the old guy. He was the oldest guy on the card last night. That's why
Sting's got him by like 20 years.
Sting wasn't there last night.
He's talking about whoever
I'm talking
was on the
about
card.
last
Was
night.
on the card, yeah.
Didn't I say
No, you
that?
did. I hered it.
That's
yes.
what I thought.
You did.
So that's
I'm just
why.
letting you know how we feel all the time.
That's why.
Just because he's the
Can you beep a finger? I don't know if that's possible.
That was
I
pretty good, wasn't it?
That was very good. There you go.
Up your nose with a rubber hose.
Oh, my God. Barbarino's in the house. Philip Campbell also picks Keith Lee and Swerve. We thank everybody's feedback. Call us, please. We're very lonely in here. 702.
Call, people, call.
Because the chief said so. God damn it.
Realistically, I would love to see, I would love to see Swerve and Keith win it. Okay. We've seen Keith. Some of us have. We've seen Keith out here wrestle. We know what he can do. All right. But looking at it, Ricky Starks can get over in the match, so can Hobbs. Okay? And and it's just me, I really feel AEW needs to put the belts on them. They deserve it. Just like Jurassic deserved it when the belts were put on them. Okay? It's their time.
Tom Crawford puts in the chat room, where is it? Danhausen is the doink of AEW. That's an interesting comment.
Tom Crawford, I have one thing to say to you.
Fuck off.
Nope. Oh. You are cursed.
You are cursed. All right. Next match.
Where are we at?
Anarchy in the Arena. Jericho Appreciation Society takes on Eddie Kingston, Santana, Ortiz, Moxley, and Danielson.
Team Kingston.
Bring on the weapons. Bring on everything. I just want to see some mayhem. And if it comes to my section where I'm sitting at, I am going to have such a hell of a good time.
Hell yeah.
So, you know what? Let's just say John Moxley, Eddie Kingston, and everybody else. Because you know what? Nobody likes the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Nope. Matt?
I'm going Team Kingston, too.
Okay. Chief?
I'm taking extra medicine that day. Team Kingston. But I got to tell you something. I saw Jericho Wednesday night. He didn't look good at all. And I mean,
in what way? What?
Physically, he did not look good.
Okay.
Yeah. He did just have that health scare like a few weeks ago.
I'm sorry?
He did have that health scare a couple of weeks ago when he was overseas.
Yeah,
and he lost weight.
He did not look good. And
He's been having one too many vodka orange juices.
I don't know anything about
Ooh,
that.
do I have stories through the week?
I just know that physically he
I can put
did
this
not.
freaking podcast on the map of some shit I've seen.
He
but I
did
won't
not
even
look
say
good.
it out loud.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. You know, when you're in a 6-man or this multiple man kind of match.
10-man.
Well, yeah, but 10-man. But when you're in this kind of multiple man match, when you're not 100%, you can be hidden a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, you can be hidden a little bit. But anytime I see Moxley and Danielson's name on the card in a match together, I don't know how you can go against them. So I'm going to take that crew as well.
I don't know how much you can be hidden in this kind of match because it's just a all-out fight, not a regular tag match.
Well, I understand that, but we forget what Danielson can do as well. We kind of got.
Well, Moxley's not chopped liver either.
You said that to me?
Yeah.
Did you not hear what I said?
You said
what I said was anytime I see Moxley.
Kingston.
What did I say? What did I
Danielson.
say before that? I said anytime you see Moxley and Danielson together on a card on a team, how can you vote against them? So I'm going to take Team Kingston.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Okay.
I'll talk slower. You listen faster.
Okay. Is what's his name going to be
Was
there
he just
too?
talking shit about me like 2 minutes ago for the same thing?
Is what's his name?
Who's
gonna be
what's
there?
his name? Can you give me a little more definitive name?
Pronouns, pal.
The WWE guy that came over.
Pronouns.
A little more specific, please.
Name.
Use your words.
I don't know.
We're going to go to break and give you time to think about it if you'd like.
Hold on, before we go to break.
Okay.
Can we have an over and under who's going to bleed?
In terms of
4 of them.
All 10.
You say all 10?
All 10.
I don't think all 10 of them.
I'm going to say 7.
7? That's a lot of people. Did I hear Thomas? Did you say 4?
I said all 10.
You said who said 4? Somebody said 4.
I said 4.
I agree with that kind of number.
All the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Good one.
William Regal.
Okay.
Is he going to be there?
Yeah, he's a part of that.
He should be,
He's a
but-
part
yeah.
of that Blackpool Club.
Yeah.
I don't.
But
see
he's
his-
not
been here all
I don't
week.
see his
He's
name on
just
here.
he's just as a manager.
He's
He's
just
a
a
manager.
manager.
He's not in the ring. He's not part of the team.
So is he going to get involved?
Probably.
He's going to knock shit out of Jericho.
He's going to do
Watch.
something. All right.
Watch.
Over under 4. I
The
take that.
chief
back.
said so.
All right. But
Before we go into the last matches, we're going to step aside for our first break of hour number 2. That's what we call a tease, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back here watching Thoughts Count Anywhere as we give our predictions, thoughts, queries, innuendos, and repeat information just to honor Chief. On Thoughts Count Anywhere. We'll be right back.
What's up, man? It's your boy, 752. I'm here with my man, Big G. I need you to check out the podcast, Thoughts Count Anywhere.
This is the Essential Character EC3 on behalf of my dear friends at Thoughts Count Anywhere. The podcast for your mind when you need deep thinking about all things sports and entertainment.
Hello, this is Martin Casals, a.k.a. Marty the Mob, and you're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. Enjoy.
This is Impact Wrestling's Dash and Chris Bay, the ultimate finesser, former Finesse Division champion, and you're listening to Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast.
Thoughts Count Anywhere. Y'all watching it. This is my new tag team partner, Steve-O, a.k.a. Zeus, from the hit movie Friday, and from No Holds Barred.
Hi, I'm Sean Davari. Listen to Thoughts Count Anywhere for all your wrestling news.
Hey, what's going on? This is Axe, and I'm smashing the demolition. And we want to invite you to watch every Saturday morning. Thoughts Count Anywhere.
This is the story of one man's incredible journey from 350 to 200-pound weight loss and his mission to help and inspire others. Aaron Phillips. People are praising Aaron's new book with 5-star reviews. Aaron's various humorous and wildly entertaining stories portray his rise as a sports announcer, his encounters with exotic and irregular entertainers on the Las Vegas Strip through his long-running Vegas Unwrapped radio show, and his contagious and positive style of pursuing success. Call now or visit our website or Amazon now to get your copy of Let My Voice Speak to You, stories from a Hall of Fame radio personality. Order now.
Live Vegas Studios, a unique multi-camera social media virtual content creators paradise. We offer high-end services using live streaming and film production for your personal or corporate, commercial or event, and campaign needs. Pre-record or live stream to your audience on multiple social media platforms simultaneously. Fun and interactive with social media comments, phone lines, live remotes, audio Foley sounds, and Snapchat filters. Be creative, get recognized, and make money. We help you by providing an all in-house production team. Visit our website at golive.vegas.
All right, we are back. We are in the midst of giving our thoughts and predictions on Double or Nothing tomorrow night.
We have the top 5 matches, I think, that are left.
Let us begin with the next one. MJF versus Wardlow.
There's a better question. You don't even need to do a prediction for this match. What's the over-under on power bombs? I say like 10.
Okay.
5.
I'm going to say 8.
Over.
So I guess we're all in agreement that Wardlow's going to win the match.
So, do you think, though, the referee will disqualify him for too many power bombs, for kicking too much ass? It's happened before in matches where...
This isn't WWE booking.
True.
Speaking of which, thoughtscountanywhere.com, go to the swag or store tab. I don't even remember what we call it on the site anymore. Shop? Is that what we have it? Merch?
Yeah. Shop.
And if you really want to give your opinion about the WWE creative, we know we have a shirt up there that is available. There's our website. Check it out, thoughtscountanywhere.com. By all means, please check out the merchandise tab, the shop tab there. We have a lot of shirts. We'd love for you to support us because that will go a long way for us being able to continue doing pre-shows and this show and doing all sorts of great things outside of our studio. We'd love for sponsors to join us. Always looking for sponsors to become part of one of the best, if not the best, wrestling podcasts around. We continue to go up in the margin because Busted Open is now fallen down to my favorite 500th, I think, is where it is. So
502nd.
Is it hot? Is it hot in here?
I'm comfortable.
I'm good.
Are you hot and bothered?
Are you being serious or are you okay? Are you like gonna?
I haven't seen my damn fam all day.
Oh.
I've been waiting. It's an hour, almost an hour and a half into the show.
Can we finish pitching to our merchandise and then
you were scaring us there for a second.
I know that's where I was going. It's like, all right.
I was about to do CPR.
Now, in case you want to get up close and personal with Chief, he did start a OnlyFans page. And it is growing great. First of all, we're calling it Lonely Fans for Chief, not OnlyFans.
CDs are 59 cents. Sponsored by Fix-A-Dent.
Well, it's coming. It's coming. Hold on. The OnlyFans. Well, this is the OnlyFans. Where's the other Where's his OnlyFans logo? But if you join now. If you join OnlyFans now, we still have to do that commercial.
Yeah, we do.
You will get the disco sweating with the Chief because of his warm-up exercise, which you have not done yet today, sir.
I may or may not have bugged stuff.
But there's his OnlyFans avatar.
Hell yeah.
Complete with the case of WD-40 as well. So if you don't have Fix-A-Dent.
59 cents plus tax.
For the video?
Everything.
Or to put the teeth in?
Everything.
To see the teeth?
Everything.
Oh, I can't wait to do commercials for that stuff.
I'm ready.
My goodness. And what's that? Oh, and the back. Back to my shirt. See, that's. So are we gonna put his fan on there, Lonely Fans, with his logo on a shirt?
Well, you know what? We need to. All honesty, I just had a brain.
All honesty, I'm gonna make him a real OnlyFans fucking page like tomorrow.
Here's one. Here's one. You always ask the question to the wrestlers who their Mount Rushmore is. We need to do a shirt with the three of us on Mount Rushmore.
But there's 4 faces on Mount Rushmore. Okay, he's got an idea.
Put the 4th one as a question mark.
I say we put it as the fan. The OnlyFans fan.
We could do that. Put Mr. Aaron on it too. There's the Mount Rushmore.
We'll sell the 4th spot. Who wants to be on our shirt?
There you go. See?
We could do that too.
I love that idea. There you go. I kind of like that idea.
I didn't know Lacey was going to be the Grand Marshal at NASCAR this weekend.
Well, there you go.
At Charlotte Motor Speedway.
How ironic. Charlotte Motor Speedway.
I mean,
Lacey
no, Lacey.
You're
Just let it go.
Do you know what my connection?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, we get it. We get
everybody gets it. Who are they priming Lacey to potentially? Although she's not champion anymore, but who is potentially one of the people that they've been talking about Lacey going up against at some point?
That girl from Tennessee.
Okay, let's get back to our matches, shall we, please? After the show, please someone explain it to him with pictures. Owen Hart Cup final. Britt Baker takes on Ruby Soho.
The Good Doctor.
It should have been Chris Statlander, but for now, it's going to be Britt Baker.
Is this a prestige thing to win the Owen Cup? There's no belt or anything, right? Is there a trophy, certificate?
What is
the winner getting out of this?
My guess is they get a title shot in the future, like the women's title and the AEW championship. So that's my guess.
Well, I would think Dr. Hart would have a trophy to present.
Could I interject something
on this match?
Yes, if I may.
Can we wait till we get to your turn to make a prediction?
Sure.
Shark, your prediction.
I think I already did. I said it should have been Chris Statlander. Now
there
I'm
you go.
saying it's Britt Baker.
All right, Chief, your prediction and comments.
Here's first my prediction.
Yes.
It's going to be Britt Baker.
Okay.
Second comment is it's going to be Adam Cole. It's a no-brainer. Okay, Adam Cole and Britt Baker. That's the way it's got to go. Okay.
So we know who you're picking on the men's cup then.
Come on, it's common sense.
Matt, your thoughts on the women's match?
That crowd turned on Ruby Soho so hard last night.
They turned on her so hard.
Was there any obvious reason for that, or just because she was going up against Britt?
Chris Statlander's so over that everybody wanted her to win, and once she won, it was over.
Gotcha.
And when she did that, when they did that backstage interview, they cheered for Chris Statlander more than Ruby Soho, and myself, like all the other people that were at Michelob Ultra Arena, we were very upset that Ruby Soho won.
Explain something to me, all of you.
Talk to me.
Statlander's been there just about from the start.
Yeah.
You bring Ruby in, and Ruby, how does Ruby get the push and not Chris? That's the hard part I'm having. Not saying Ruby's not a great wrestler, because she is. But in my mind, if you got a company, you're going to, I would push the people that have been there with me from the start, not people just coming in. That's why, with Samoa Joe and Adam Cole, great match, great wrestlers. But I think there's other wrestlers that have been in the company a lot longer that deserve the shot. Just my opinion. That's
Ruby
all.
Soho you can take more seriously. Chris Statlander being everyone's favorite alien, that thing only has you can only get so high being an alien in wrestling.
She's over the alien
in 2022.
Listen. I agree with what you're saying, Chief. I agree with what you're saying. Chris Statlander, her time, they fucked up. They fucked up, and now they are pushed against the ball. And now I'm gonna go off with my prediction on the men's tournament. It's gonna be, like you said, Adam Cole and Britt Baker, because they're the couple, and then they're the couple of AEW. They just want to push that. They just want to push that shit out. So I don't like it, but it's probably, don't take my word for it, it's probably their only decision to make.
A friend of ours has always said, it's all about the merchandise. And I think with that, with those two winning, it's how much merchandise can be sold.
Comment came in the chat room, as you guys probably didn't see it on the screen, from Brandon Fuzzy Pants Gregory, and I know who this is. Ruby Soho had a lot of goodwill from being underutilized in WWE. Yeah. I mean, she came in with that, and maybe part of this is they want to turn her a little bit of a heel. That they've done it this way in terms of giving her a direction. But time will tell what will happen. So, all right. So are you agreeing Cole also?
Oh, yeah.
Cole, you guys?
Cole, but it will be with outside interference from Jay Lethal, Dutt, and Singh.
Okay. All right. So Cole and Britt seems to be the unanimous thoughts here on that. All right.
You're going with them too, yes.
Yeah. Yep. AEW Women's Championship, Thunder Rosa taking on Serena Deeb. I'm just going to call it right off the top. I think Rosa retains for a lot of different reasons, but I'll start with Matt on that one.
That was the most boring lead up to any match ever in the history of any pay-per-view. No one cares. I'm going to the bathroom during that match.
But just pick one for the hell of it.
I hope it's a double DQ and Britt Baker wins before that and it's some kind of cash in and she just beats both them bitches' ass and then walks out AEW Women's Champion.
All right. Shark.
If I had to pick
Thunder
Rosa.
Okay. Shark. On Twitter, while you're gaining your thoughts, Twitter message from Buffy's Amends Banks. Thank you, Buffy's. Is AEW trying to make me hate women's wrestling?
Serena Deeb's trying. She's trying real hard, too.
Thank you for Twitter. We appreciate that.
No one should ever put a microphone in her hand, ever.
Okay. Studio 2, Shark, Thomas, your thoughts.
Rosa. Thunder Rosa.
Okay. Shark.
After collecting my thoughts, I will say Thunder Rosa. And I will 50% agree with Matt.
50%. He's working his way up.
Shit's terrible.
Chief, your thoughts.
Everyone gives Ronda Rousey crap. Serena Deeb has her by a mile.
This match, you took what I was going to say. This match reminds me of Charlotte and
that's insulting
Ronda
Charlotte in
Rousey.
any way, shape, or form.
By the way, they both can't speak on the mic, and Thunder Rosa and Charlotte had to carry them. Okay, my prediction: Thunder Rosa is going to retain.
Another comment through Twitter from Tom at Stoke Tom. You're not a real wrestling fan if you bitch about WWE. If you're a or an AEW fan, and vice versa. Both companies have their pros and cons. Just bloody enjoy them both, and we know what FFS will stand for. So, I mean,
I'll say it for fuck's sakes.
Huh? Right? Yeah. Oh, you didn't know? The producer didn't know what FFS meant. Thank you, Shark, for educating our producer. Okay.
I think this Thunder Rosa's title reign is the worst one since Riho.
Since who?
Riho.
Okay.
Well, minus the 2 minutes she was on Dynamite, she's been on TV for like 20 minutes since she's been champion.
That's awful for the women's champ. Awful.
Is that any better or worse than Brock Lesnar when he carries a belt?
So are we saying that AEW's writers and creative aren't up to speed now? They're getting in line with
They're fine. You can't book
with
trash.
WWE now.
With
Is that what we're saying?
With the Thunder Rosa's title reign, yes.
So you think she should be on more?
Yes, they should be utilizing her more, yes.
So that's AEW's writers and creative.
Correct.
Okay. I'm just checking, that's all. Just wanted to make sure. What's my man Brandon?
It's too early to take the title off of Rosa, but he thinks Serena would be a better heel champ in the vein of Ric Flair. Or, I'm sorry, Charlotte Flair, sorry.
But who does the talking then? We don't want Serena talking.
Oh, dear God, that would... Oh, no.
Hold on, I got something for you, Matt.
How about Mercedes?
I got something for you, Matt. Who would you rather have as champ, Serena Deeb or Jordan Grace?
I'd stop watching wrestling. This podcast would be over.
How about...
Nope.
What about Mercedes?
Martinez?
Yeah.
She's awful, too.
Better choice than both of them.
If I had to pick between those three, Mercedes Martinez.
There you go.
She's a good wrestler.
I agree.
She's garbage on the mic, too.
Well, if they are insistent on Serena talking, maybe just put her with Sterling.
At this point, I want to see Britt Baker just beat Bruno Sammartino's record as far as championships go.
All right, let's get into the main event, shall we?
I knew that'd get some kind of reaction.
That, my friend, doesn't even qualify an answer.
Tony Bell on Twitter says, at Tony Bell 73, Chris is one of the 4 best women in AEW. she's an All Elite original, and it's time she gets her due.
True.
So,
Thank you.
I agree.
Obviously, in agreement with
I
what's being
think that's
said here
what
on
I said a little earlier, and you guys blackballed me. But, Chief talks once in a while. You all just don't listen, so to hell with yous all.
I hate to go off topic, but
Shut up, then.
He doesn't realize we agreed with him 5 minutes ago.
Well, I saw Chris Statlander at the casino floor.
That's
and,
your fault. See, I got him, man. I got him.
You always get me.
Hey, it's all in fun. Buddy.
Anyways,
I
saw Chris on the casino
floor.
floor.
Say hello to her?
I did.
Good.
I did.
Did
and she said hello
she
back.
say hello back?
She said hello back.
There you go.
I tried to get a picture. She kindly said no. I totally agree. And
Gotta respect.
I just gave her a fist bump, and I told her you deserve so much better. And she just gave me like the smirk on her face. It's like, thank you.
Did you hear the same thing I've heard all week? Come to the Fan Fest. Come to the Fan Fest. Come to the Fan Fest.
Justin Roberts said that to me.
Who's that?
He's the ring announcer.
Robert said that? Really?
Oh,
Justin Roberts.
Justin. Yeah. Okay. I think we're born.
No, I'm just waiting for the opportunity to go on to the main event. That's all.
Go for it.
That's cool. I mean, we're getting reaction and comments. That's fine. I'm just as a producer and director, I have to pick my spots to start the next topic. Plus, I'm reading messages that are coming in.
I'm just trying to elevate things. You like that, huh? Elevate. That's pretty.
Did you work all week on that word?
Yes, I did. Without teeth, too.
Without teeth. All right. Main event. Hangman Page taking on CM Punk. Digest this and predict and chop it up any way that you want to.
I want to go last.
Okay. Matt.
We're on the verge of the Summer of Punk 2022.
Okay.
CM Punk is winning the AEW Championship.
Okay.
Hangman, because they'll save it for maybe Chicago.
10 years ago, we had Summer of Punk. Now, we're going to get Summer of Punk again. This time, it's going to come full circle. And I fully expect Punk to cut a promo after his match. And I hope he shits on WWE for all the shit that he's done to them. And I hope he says from his heart.
So you're looking for Pipe Bomb 2?
I am looking for Pipe Bomb 2. But this time, not in a pipe bomb form, in an atomic bomb form.
Let me ask you a question before we go on. And my question is very, very simply this. And I asked it of my cohorts up here a few weeks ago. Has CM Punk made the type of impact since returning to wrestling, close to a year, within the year roughly? Has his return has it been everything everybody expected it to be since his return?
In my opinion, yes.
Okay.
He has taken on Darby Allin, MJF, and now Hangman Page.
To me, Darby Allin meant nothing. He really, I think, notched it up with MJF. But to me, overall, I disagree. I think Daniel Bryan's impact when coming in has been bigger than CM Punk. Unfortunately, Adam Cole debuted the same day Bryan Danielson debuted, and that screwed him up. But to me, until MJF and now Page, I'm very lukewarm about Punk's involvement.
I understand that.
That's just me.
I understand that. Like we all have favorite wrestlers within AEW and WWE. In my personal opinion, CM Punk, when he came back and he did that promo when he came back in Chicago, he said he sees a lot of young guys there. And like I said, MJF, Hangman Page, and Darby Allin. Those guys are all under the age of 25. Let that be known. I think Hangman Page is 28. I think. But
so then shouldn't he then continue to put Page over based on what you're alluding to right now?
So I get what you're saying, and I know what you're trying to do this to me.
No. I'm also sharing my opinion on this. Because at some point, guys like Punk, we've seen it go on in the WWE. They have to also realize that it's time for them to put people over. Now, I'm not saying he didn't do that with a little bit with Darby. Not saying that didn't happen with MJF because we know that was a bloody mess in their payoff match. Okay, Page, he fought for how many years? Even at the start of 2 years, right? before he finally got the belt off of Cole. 2 years, okay? And now, was it been a year that he won the championship, roughly?
Yeah, it'll be a year in November.
Okay, so it's less than a year. In my opinion, Punk has no right to win that belt yet. Yet.
I agree with you.
Put Page over at this stage of the game. You want to continue the rivalry? Win it in Chicago, like Thomas was alluding to. I don't think it's time yet for Punk. If he wins, he wins. But in my opinion, I'm not bedazzled by Punk being in AEW since his return, getting the championship belt. With that, because I control the show, we're going to take our break right now. We come back, birthdays, wrap up.
Wait.
I know, I'm
Okay.
saving you for the set.
Okay.
Can you guys just go with me, please? Okay. You want to go last? I'm going to give you the entire time when we come back from break. That's the plan. Is that okay? Or do you want to go right now?
No.
I'll give you the spotlight after. That was my plan.
Okay.
I didn't forget.
Thank you.
Man.
I love you.
It says acknowledge me as a Hall of Famer for a reason. We'll be right back.
Turn that radio on, will you, so I can listen to it?
Jeez Louise.
Will you? Turn the radio on.
Are we going to break? Go to break. Go to break. Okay. Go to break. You have one fucking
Hit
the button. Go to break.
It's not the worst podcast ever, is it? It's the best podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. All your wrestling news, all your hobbit all your gimmickry. Go on over, listen wherever your podcasts are downloaded. The Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. I'm the big LG Doc Ellis. That's my endorsement. Booyah!
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? Is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
Live Vegas Studios, a unique multi-camera social media virtual content creators paradise. We offer high-end services using live streaming and film production for your personal or corporate, commercial or event and campaign needs. Pre-record or live stream to your audience on multiple social media platforms simultaneously. Fun and interactive with social media comments, phone lines, live remotes, audio Foley sounds, and Snapchat filters. Be creative, get recognized, and make money. We help you by providing an all in-house production team. Visit our website at golive.vegas.
Boy, did we all have a brain fart in here. I didn't say that.
Only the producer, not us.
Well, yeah,
he had one job.
Just one.
I'm going to tape his hand.
You got the kidnapping tape?
All right, as promised, God damn it!
Okay.
Before we go to birthdays, Chief, it's all yours.
I want to continue on with what you said on.
I have no idea what I said before.
On your rant.
All right, go for it. I don't know what I said.
Chief, who's going to win?
This is how I feel.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Page has been with the company quite a while. May not be the celebrity or the status of CM Punk, but he has carried the belt for the last year. He has been in AEW a lot longer than Mr. Punk has. And I think we can hear what Punk says, that he wants to bring younger wrestlers along. Well, if you wanted to do that, sometimes things get tough and you have to persevere. And I don't think Punk did that in the WWE. He went home and pouted about it. And then he went to the MMA and he got his ass kicked. Now he's in AEW, and I'm sorry, he's going to do the same damn thing there. So I agree with you. He's going to drop a pipe bomb. But you know what? He ain't going to win the belt. Page is going to retain the belt. And that's the right thing to do at this point in time.
Because the Chief said so.
No, because Aaron said so. And that's how I look at it. Okay, sometimes I think Paige is might be a sore in the back room that we don't know about. Do we really, 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 really know why he left WWE?
You mean Punk, not Paige.
Paige.
In the back. You said
Punk,
Paige. You meant
Punk. Other than what we've been told. We don't know the real reasons why. Okay? And again, I said, it's never going to come out that we're really going to know what happens. So I'm calling it. And still, the AEW heavyweight champion, Hangman Adam Page.
Well, we kind of do know the real reasons because November of that year he left, he was on Cole Cabana's podcast and explained everything that went wrong, why he left and what was going on. And then they got sued by the doctor for WWE, and then Colt and Punk had a falling out over the lawsuit.
And let me ask you a question. You heard Colt and Punk give their side of the story, right?
Punk side, correct.
Okay, Punk's side. Did you ever hear the WWE come out and tell their side?
I believe the doctor did, yes.
No, I'm not talking about the doctor.
Well, that was one of the main reasons why he left.
Stop.
He's answering your question, though, Chief.
I hear. I'm not talking about the doctor. I'm talking about Vince McMahon. Did you ever hear Vince come out and say what happened?
Well, of course not. He'll never will.
I rest my case.
But it was
You
mostly
should be
about
Amber Heard's lawyer.
Yeah, it was mostly about it. One of the reasons why he left was because of the way they treated his injury, and he didn't like how the doctor he sued the doctor over malpractice, and then the doctor sued them for slander.
If everyone's talking about like you have to put the younger guys over, wouldn't CM Punk as champion put the whole company over? Essentially, putting all the younger people over because they have more eyeballs.
Not if he's losing to them. If he were to be a champion and these younger guys go up against him, to me, putting over means a name like Punk loses a match to somebody that needs the push. That to me is helping get over. If you have a belt on and you have these younger guys going up against you for the belt, but you keep beating them, are you really putting these guys over? Yeah, you're giving them a spotlight. I agree with that.
You're getting them on the spotlight, and you're kind of putting like who's going to tune in more of like a wrestling fan that hasn't been watching lately if you hear Hangman Adam Page is champion or CM Punk is the champion? You're going to be like, hold on, what?
You're right.
What is this?
You got a point.
Are you going to watch a match with the Hardys versus the Young Bucks, or are you going to watch a match with Punk versus Danhausen?
That promo would be freaking hilarious.
Danhausen
Just
CM Punk by a mile.
No. I'm not talking about the promo.
Well, the match, yeah. Hardys and Young
Just
Bucks.
answer the question.
Hardys and Young Bucks, of course.
Why?
Bigger names.
Established. To your.
So who's going to put over? Punk or the other guys? That's the point I'm trying to make.
How long was Punk away from wrestling? 7 years?
7 years.
Okay. So who's today's fans growing up watching wrestling? The young kids who are 10, 12,
Bruno
13.
Sammartino.
On the radio. Today, right? You know what I'm saying? So today's younger fans, right? 10, 12, 13, 14, even if you want to go younger, 8, 9, 10. Did they ever see Punk wrestle?
No, even with like the technology nowadays, everyone's gone back and like looked at older stuff, not like Bruno Sammartino bullshit. But
Well,
Punk,
there ain't nobody going to break his record, son. I got news for you.
I understand.
I got three words for you.
Go back and check the record.
Roman frickin' Reigns.
No fucking way. I got two for you.
I understand what you're saying.
I can't wait for that episode. When he breaks it.
Shark is on strike.
I gave you the figures, buddy, and the facts. So if you can't read, that's your problem.
What I understand what you're saying about being able.
8 years.
I understand what you're saying about being able to look up matches in Punk's history and all of that stuff. I get that. The 8, 10, 12, 13, 14-year-old kid growing up watching wrestling today, okay, their history is what they are watching right now. You, me, maybe the late 20s, 30s folks who've been around wrestling 10, 20 years, they'll go back to the archives. I was listening today to Busted Open when they were talking about the weekly winner. You know, they talk about announcing which show.
507.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Bully Ray selected NWA Powerhouse, which is usually not a show that people put into the mix when they talk about their weekly winner.
And tell him why he chose it.
So he didn't give his reason why. He just kept saying to Ryan, you have to go back and watch it in order to appreciate why he selected it. Okay, whatever the reasons are. My point is that those who've been around wrestling 10, 12, 20 years, they appreciate things that are in the archives, so to speak. 8, 10, 12, 15-year-olds, they're getting their history by watching the SmackDowns, the Raws, the AEWs, Dynamites. So my point is that age group, they've probably really never seen Punk wrestle like they can see him now on TV.
I don't agree with that.
Okay, that's fine. And that's
I've had 10-year-olds asking me about Lou Thez before.
Okay, then
they'll go back and watch everything.
That's the diehard fan. You mentioned the casual wrestling fan. You said casual.
I meant the casual fans that have haven't seen in a long time, and you catch headlines and Adam Page, who's that? But CM Punk comes up. He's a way bigger name than almost everybody in AEW.
So I'm going to go back and ask though. The casual fan, the casual youngster, would they know Punk's name as a wrestler? Say, oh my God, Punk's got the title. He's going to win. I got to watch. Today, if it was still that he had been wrestling for 7 years.
I didn't even mean the casual kid. I meant the casual fan that hasn't watched in the 20, 30-year-old that was on wrestling in 10 years.
Are you talking about people who used to watch wrestling and then stopped wrestling, and now that Punk is back, they're watching it again? Is that what you're alluding to?
And I want to address. Okay. Brandon makes a comment in there about kids wearing Austin shirts. Okay, so I'm going to address this, and I want to go to birthdays before I run out of time. And guys, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be cutting you guys off at all. I'm going to address the thought that we still see younger kids wearing Austin shirts, and you know why? In my opinion,
he was just on the show with what's their names. And so they just saw him.
And dads purchased those shirts for those kids.
Thank you.
The parents bought the shirts for those kids.
Thank you.
Okay, my daughter's 28 years old. You know what? She knows who Austin is, but guess what? I bought her an Austin shirt and sent it to her to wear in Virginia.
There you go.
So these kids, and Brandon, you're 1,000% correct. Yes, we see the kids wearing it, and maybe they're wearing Punk shirts, and they're wearing Hulk Hogan shirts, and still Undertaker shirts and all of that. But the parents are buying those shirts for those kids. Those kids aren't buying it. They don't have a credit card to go online. The kids that I see at my elementary school, they ain't buying those shirts out of their own bank account. The parents are buying it for them because that was who they watched and appreciated as well. I got more wrestling T-shirts in my house right now than I know what to do with.
So are you telling us you forced your kids to like certain wrestlers?
No, I did not. No.
If you forcefully bought them shirts of your favorite wrestlers.
I did not. They watched my daughter Stacy, who I call Radar, grew up watching wrestling in the Attitude Era with me. My other daughter, she couldn't give two shits about wrestling. She doesn't care about sports.
Yeah. There you go.
But my daughter Stacy, she watched wrestling with me. She grew up with that. So she appreciates, but she's 28. Going to be 29. She knows who Punk is. Yeah. My thought, what I'm saying is, I gave her the opportunity. Who would you like a shirt for me to buy as a gift? Just because. Who do you want? She mentioned Austin, but she knows who Austin is. She watched
every
Austin
parent
wrestling.
tells their kid, like, what shirt do you want? They don't be like, oh, I liked Hulk Hogan, so here's your Hulk Hogan shirt. Suck it up, kid.
You know what?
But I see more of those shirts than I see Punk shirts out there. That my point is, though, the casual fan who you're trying to get in there, those kids today, that 7-year absence in Punk's, I'll just say legacy for the sake of it, okay? He wasn't wrestling. He was a loser in MMA. That's what kids saw. So I don't know if the younger growing up fan of wrestling knows Punk's legacy and history in WWE and knows the backstory that, to me, they're seeing Hangman Page wear the belt today. That's what they know as the champ. I don't know if Punk having the belt for the up-and-coming fan of what is going to sustain wrestling in the coming years, if they really give a shit about Punk, because he didn't wrestle for 7 years. And it's a fine line to some degree. But I'm not sure that Punk's legacy or his fandom to the up-and-coming, growing kids who need to know what wrestling is all about, I don't know if seeing his name as a marquee champion will make that much of an impact. That's all. I'll get off my soapbox. I rarely get on
Can
one.
I say something? Can I say something?
Yeah, then we're going to go to birthdays because we're running out of time. But yes, please.
I agree with you, and that's because that's the Chief's rant today, because the Chief said so.
Anyway, it's a great talking point.
You
either
said
way. That's
exactly what I wanted to say. Okay. Exactly.
And I rarely get on soapboxes. And
No.
gentlemen, I apologize for ignoring you back here behind me.
You don't have to apologize.
Okay.
You really don't have to apologize.
With that, it's time
Happy
for birthdays.
birthday to you.
It's time for birthdays.
Happy birthday.
Do you guys
to
have a
you.
birthday coming up?
Happy birthday.
No? Oh,
Happy
all right,
birthday.
then.
Happy
All right.
birthday to
If you are
you.
celebrating a birthday today, May 28th through next Friday, which I believe is June 3rd?
Yeah, I
You're-
got it. I got it on the paper.
You do. I just didn't read it like
That's okay.
usual. May 28th, today you are celebrating a birthday with the great Kamala. Chaz, Seth Rollins burning down the house. Hope he doesn't on his birthday. And Joseph Connors. May 29th, Pete Gass, Spice, Brian Kendrick. Is that the Brian Kendrick?
The Brian Kendrick.
Nia Jax, Hornswoggle, Samu, and Steve Carino. These people on Memorial Day weekend. Could you imagine double celebrating for the weekend
Stevie
and their
C.
birthday? Holy crap. May 30th. All right, you guys can salute him if you want to. Jake the Snake Roberts for his birthday. There you go. No Way Jose. What's No Way Jose doing nowadays? Is he doing anything?
I heard he's doing Impact.
Oh, is he? He's doing Impact?
That's what I heard.
Is he?
June 1st, James Storm, Alicia Atout.
Yeah,
That's her name.
Atout.
You did very good.
Good. Big Bully Busick, Ian Rotten, and Not A. Not A. Who is that?
I have no idea.
So why is it on the list?
It was on. It was on my list.
June 2nd, the phenomenal birthday celebration himself, AJ Styles. Lex Luger, Velvet Sky, and Grad or Grado? Is that an O on the end?
Grado.
Grado. Couldn't tell an O from the D. June 3rd, Braxton Sutter, who's Jesse Goulmet? Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Who is it?
No idea.
Look it up.
Okay. And I do have a belated birthday.
You figured it out. Good deal.
This isn't the one, but I'm going to do it anyway. The
damn it.
great former wide receiver of the Denver Broncos, Rick Upchurch, celebrating a birthday
Nice
this
guy.
past week.
Nice
And I'm
man.
bringing that up because I'm in the works of putting a show together with him and another friend of mine, health-related show.
Nice.
Is he coming in?
He's going to be in studio. Well, we're doing a show. As a matter of fact, we're looking at doing a debut show in a couple of weeks on mental health in light of everything that's been going on. It's a near and dear topic to Rick, and we've got some things lining up, and then we're going to do a regular show. So happy birthday to Rick. Happy birthday to everybody out
Happy
there.
birthday, Rick.
Hey,
Celebrating
tomorrow, May 29th, happy birthday, Brandon Gatson. You're a really good guy. I really like your work, brother. I'll see you tonight.
Didn't I just ask him if he has any birthdays that he'd like me to announce? And he said no, because I could have put it on the
He
list.
didn't want to tell you. He wanted to do it
My
himself.
mind went off. My mind
You're
went off. I'm
foolish.
sorry, but
Condolences to Lex Luger, who just recently lost his mother.
Oh. Yeah, thoughts and prayers out to Lex's mom, Mrs. Mom.
Shout out to Hacksaw, too.
Yes. Any
Definitely.
updates? Any updates since he announced his cancer?
He started these treatments.
Put this on your mouth. You're shut off for the rest of the show.
He started.
He's doing his treatments, I guess, and he's
Yep.
still
Put
doing
him
his
out.
He's still.
and he's doing his shows.
Did I
Like what?
Did I
Listen
not
to Hall of
say?
Famer.
Did I not say? Give me. Do you have any? No, I don't have. Then he chimes in. Put that on your mouth. You're canceled for the rest of the show.
He either puts it on his mouth or he doesn't come on the show no
Well,
more.
he's got it on.
One
He
of
wants
the
to come
two.
on.
So.
Did I not ask? Did
Yeah,
I not
you
turn to
did.
them both and say, "Do you have bird?" No, I
Yep.
don't have any. Okay, and then he chimes in and he, Jesus Christ, he's sucking up to
Wait,
somebody
wait.
for tonight.
Hey, can I have Can I have 30
I need
seconds?
3 more pieces of. I need 1 more piece of tape, really.
Can I have 30 seconds?
Yes, Chief, you may have 30 seconds.
What are you going to do with FanFest today? If you
Go
don't-
walk around, see what's going on. They got a bunch of free signings, so go to some of those.
Okay. Okay.
Then
Hey,
eventually go to work and be an adult.
if you see Vicky, tell her we said hello.
I will.
Definitely, please.
I did try to get Vicky to come on today. She's been busy running around, but I'm over here in studio too. It took me all the time to get over here from our main studio because I'm gonna have the pleasure.
I dare you.
Don't
Go for it.
What do I get if I do
One.
it?
I'll give you.
Lord.
I'll give you a donut.
2, 3. Oh, that looked like that hurt.
You got a few hairs on there. You want to take that home to glue him back in?
You know, the only thing I could think about, man, is
He's a good sport. I'll give him credit for being a sport for that.
My lips are no longer chapped.
Hey, no.
They're on a piece of tape.
The only thing I was thinking about, man, is I hope he's got his mouth shut because
you did.
of all the work he just had on his teeth.
His lips
and
were
his
sealed.
teeth. You know what? Whoever your dentist is,
You know, Liz was in the chat room. Did you see that?
has done a fantastic job for you.
Thank you, Chief.
You may want to give Chief his name.
You know what's kind of crazy?
You know, Liz was in the chat room. She just signed up and said goodbye.
Okay.
So who knows how long she was in?
See you later, Shorty.
You know what's kind of crazy?
Yes, sir.
Britt Baker did Dynamite. She had to fly back to Orlando because she had patients on Thursday and then flew back Friday for Rampage.
Does she have her own jet, or she like frequent flyer miles on the company?
I don't know.
You know, all joking aside, you know, we banter back and forth and everything, but she is a hell of a person. You know, besides being the professional wrestler, actually being a doctor of dental science, real deal. She's a hell of a person. And I'll just leave it at that.
All right, we got to wrap up. I believe Aaron has, as I'm looking in the preview mirror, the preview window.
Yeah.
Saturday, June 11th, another busy day. Big Valley Wrestling is doing another fundraiser event at the LGBTQ Community Center. Loud and Proud is the card, as you see it up there. Saturday, June 11th, doors open at 6:15, first bell at 7.
I'm a sponsor.
You are? What are you sponsoring?
I am sponsoring Alley Catch.
Are you really?
For her upcoming match against Papa Yase.
Oh,
and I don't know if Alley Catch is watching. Thank you for taking this booking.
There
it
you
really
go.
means a lot.
I'm going to jump the shark because my brothers up here are not aware that I did this. I did it on my own accord. Thoughts Count Anywhere is sponsoring the main event that night because I chose to put our name on there.
What's the main event?
Sure, you would ask, and now I'm going blank on it.
Hey,
but it's a good main event. I know that.
I'm not the only one that happens.
I want to say it's Sean Black and shit, I think. Oh, that should be a good match. All right. And Aaron Phillips is sponsoring, I think, a 6-man tag match. All right. We're late. Final thoughts.
Everybody have a good week. Have fun at Double or Nothing. Come down to the Fan Fest. Have fun with wrestling. It's going to be an awesome weekend.
Chief.
I think we still have 8 shows left between today, tomorrow, and Monday. Everybody get their fix of pro wrestling and come back and see us next Saturday. Because the Chief said so.
You know what? I have to get my.
I get it right here on Thoughts Count Anywhere. Want to thank our guests for coming in studio as always, Mr. Thomas and Desert Shark. Gentlemen, always fun to have you in here.
Thanks, guys.
A lot of stuff
Thank you
today.
for having us.
You are a good sport. He can't eat. The tape must have kept his lips closed because he can't eat. There you go. You're a good sport, man. All right, with that, want to remind everybody at the top of the hour, yours truly, Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips. You guys might know who this is, but my guest is Mike Rand. He has done a lot of interviews with the ladies of Glow. I was a guest on this show a number of months back. Entertainer, the whole thing. He's going to be videoing in from his palatial palace in Connecticut. Actually, I think he's at a family function. With that,
Happy Memorial Day to everyone.
Happy Memorial Day to everybody. We salute you, whether you've been in the military like Chief, family, whatever, still active. If you're somehow affiliated with the military, we thank you and enjoy Memorial Day weekend. From all of us here at Thoughts Count Anywhere and Go Live Vegas, be kind to everybody. Why is that? We're all we have. We'll see you next time right here on Thoughts Count Anywhere.